What's up guys, Presley Yong here, back for another video. Now last week I actually do the unboxing of the new iPhone 12 Pro Max Pacific Blue. So here it is, and this is a 256GB model, Pacific Blue. Now this is the Pro Max model, 6.7-inch model, and I promise you that I'm going to do the review of this device. And from my first impression, doing the first thing when I noticed, it's actually a very good phone, very surprised, guys, and it's a very big phone. Like you can see how I hold my device like this. I didn't hold and it cannot work. Swipe up, I got to unlock it. There we go. So here it is. Here's the phone itself. Now like some of the review about it, this one is actually a 6.7-inch display. It has four colors. It has the Pacific Blue, which is the one that I'm owning right now, and it also has the graphite, the gold, and the silver model. Now just let me unlock. Now this version is actually running on 14.2. However, when I bought this thing, it's running on 14.1. So if you want to go to settings, if you're still 14.1, be sure to install 14.2. I recommend everyone to do it. And I hope the Apple will release 14.1. So if you go 14.1, the build number is 18B92. Now I also talk about iPadOS 14.2, which also has the same build number as this thing. The good thing is that you can actually do this, which I've actually seen many iPhones also can do if you own it. And obviously I'm on 250GB model to do 7.65 left because I installed some apps into this device. Now this phone has the same RAM as the normal 12 Pro. It has 6GB RAM, which is enough. A lot of YouTubers do a speed test, and it seems like I already fast speed test, and then the iPhone 12 Pro, the regular, actually defeats the Note 20 Ultra, which is great. Now this phone has a battery around 3687, but I round up to 37 mAh battery because as I prefer round up version, was easier. A bit smaller battery than the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but it's okay. 300 less. I think Apple is cramming a small design, thin design, a triple camera setup. Actually, this camera is actually a very large sensor, and then they actually Apple introduced the sensor shift stabilization for this camera, which is great. I tried it before, and it's very awesome. And not much about it. There's a lightning. Apple still use lightning, and the speaker is better. It has the volume, and the SIM tray is located here because Apple, if you buy from the carriers, you can just one around a rectangle, and the screen, it looks like a power button like this, but it's pushed in. That one is for the ultra wideband. I don't have it, so this phone is only support sub 6 5G, which is still okay. But I do use 5G because I feel that 5G is not good in our area. So I don't recommend everyone. If you got a bad signal, don't get 5G. Stay with your 4G or use Wi-Fi, which is easier. So here it is. And also when you go to settings, every time I always check the battery. 100%. So that's every time. And when you buy a new phone, make sure it's 100%, or else you have to get a replacement of this device. Now if you want to know what case I actually use, I can show it to you. Just let me grab it a bit further off. So this is the Tough Clear Drop Protection 10-foot drop, ultra clear and recorded case made. So it's right here. Right here you can see case made, and it has some 10-foot drop protection, one-piece seamless protection, anti-yellow technology, and sharp alloy material, and it has tactical buttons, which is also great. And it has lifetime warranty, so you can keep this one. And this, and it's great. So I need to check where it's designed in USA. So this is a USA product, which is good. It's certified, recyclable, environmentally sponsored packaging. So since they copying Apple being recycled, And if you want this case, I can put a link. I can help you find the link description of this kind of case. Now, there's the when I also want to talk about is the charger that Apple didn't include it in the box. A shame. They include the USB Type C. Now you can see that it's all remain rounded shape, and I didn't even use it. It's give me a sec. There we go. I didn't even use it because there are two reasons why I didn't use it, and I don't like it when using it. Okay, because because you have to pay an extra. If we talk about Malaysia ringgit, it's 99 Malaysia ringgit to get a 20-watt fast charger. So I do want it. I do want to use it. I own an iPad Pro 2017 and use a 12-watt charger. So this is actually good enough for charging. I use it, charge this iPhone 12 Pro, and it can charge out the full if it's full around 2 hours. If it's from 25% and to 100, it's 2 hours. And if you start from 39, it will be even faster, 1.5 hours. But sometimes I do recommend people to charge out to 100 because it might damage the battery. Charge out to 95 and 96 and then just remove it. You only charge to 100 just in case like you're not going to bring a power brick to shopping. It's great. Now speaking of charger, this is USB Type A. And a lot of people is asking me, okay, so you have USB Type A, but your cable is USB Type C. How are you supposed to do it? So I actually bought this. This is the one. This is the Alter cable box, which is made for iPhone. So if you see this is certified for Apple stuff. You can see this, and the good thing is that it outlasts a better durability, built to last, reconstruction engine to last. I would not recommend people to get a normal charging cable because like this one, because it will break it easily. And this is the cable. This is how it looks like, and that's the one. And you see how great the material is. I really appreciate the idea. Now also the phone also support Bluetooth, and of course I will use my regular AirPods. Now this AirPods is not the second generation. It's actually first generation. Obviously there's issue. The right ones keep disconnected every time, but it's okay. As long as it's fine, then it's good about it. And the watch is not Apple Watch. I use the Samsung Galaxy Watch to connect to the phone. There's an app to install the Samsung Galaxy, and yeah, it's so easy to install. Just go App Store and download Galaxy Wearable app. So that's about accessories that I use it. Now let's talk about battery life. Now this is actually the main concern on this phone. A lot of people say that this battery is not good because it's big screen, bigger display, because it's OLED. Actually, for light usage, you can use up to 2 days of battery life. Medium use, you can do a 1.5 day of battery life. Heavy use, this thing will get 1 day of battery life and 1 day good battery. And it's not, and also depends what usage you're using. Let's say you only use heavy social networking. This guy is gonna help you 1 full day without using the power bank. For now, since it's at 100% of battery capacity, if it's dropped to 89 and 90, then yeah, this one will getting worse, getting like only 1 day full day battery life if you use light usage. Now in terms of gaming on this device, this one is powered with the A14 Bionic chip. It's a 5 nanometer processor compared to the A13. We're using the 7 nanometer plus. I don't know why Apple called it. They called it A13 Bionic. That time there's actually 7 nanometer plus. This one is 5 nanometer with the attachment of Qualcomm X55 modem. That one's only applicable for 5G. If you don't use it, it's okay. You can at least use the A14 chip, which is great. It's very high efficient, 6 cores and also low 4 cores, and 4 cores high and then low cores is 2. Sorry, it's a mistake right there. And this gaming is great. I play COD. I can play COD at full, high resolution, which is the very high. I think it's the maximum, and no frame rate drops, which is great. And also I try PUBG and there's no thing because I only play games like around 5 to 10 minutes and I just cool it down, so it means there will be no any lag issue. If you play more than 1 hour 2 hours, the phone always has issue because it's a fanless design and you need a cooling fan to cool down. That's why there's many accessories to be the fan to cool down the devices. Now unless you want to use this for gaming, I will recommend you to get it. And if you want the better gaming, you better just get a gaming Android phone or just play on the PC or on an iPad, because iPad has bigger display and can let the heat come out easily. Now in terms of display, this one is an OLED display. Now the OLED display is quite bright, also up to 1200 nits if unless the regular 12. And this one is actually very impressed me because it's so bright. Obviously the camera you can do, but when I look at it, it looks very bright. And unfortunately it's not 120 Hz refresh rate, it's on 60. I think Apple sacrificed this because during the pandemic, and then there's a problem with the supply issue about it, and yeah, that's the problem about it, and it remains 60 Hz. But for me, as a user, I don't use the 60 Hz. I only use 120 on my iPad Pro 2017. But it's not an issue because games I do want to play on higher frame rates because overheating issue. I just really go back and it literally just drop the frames back to 60. So no point in getting 120 Hz for this reason. And when you talk about the speakers, it's actually really great. I'm not going to show you the speaker because later got copyright issues, so yeah, bear with me. Sorry about that. And this one is actually, it comes with iOS 14. I already told you, iOS 14.4. You can actually add the widgets. You can just add if you want to. I just want to stick here because this feels simple and easy. I actually put the widgets with like iPad widgets, so it's great. Now also talk about storage. There's 3 storage: 128, 256, and 512 for the Pro Max and also the Pro. If it's the regular one, 64, 128, 256. Now the good thing about this Pro and Pro Max is that they start as 128, which is good. Some people who don't use a lot of storage, 128 is good enough. But if you're those people who use a lot of photograph or do anything, I'll recommend you to use the 256 and 512. Don't go to 128. I use these S9 Plus with 128 and 60 gigabytes. I already start to get nervous because I know all these things gonna drain out all my storage. I don't know how. I delete and it went back to normal. But this phone is very good. It's optimized. They actually clean and remove cache by itself, which is also great good thing. Now I also talk about review one more thing is before I end this video, is that why I choose Pacific Blue. Now Pacific Blue is the very nice color, and I recommend everyone to use it because every time Apple release, they always release a very special color. This is the obviously Pacific Blue. Last is Midnight Green. That's why Apple so well. And we got gold with 10s. The iPhone 10, I think even not much about it. It's only space gray and silver, but actually Apple advertised the silver and space gray at the same time, so both are good choice. But during that time, they all start with 64 gigabyte, which is a problem. It should start 128 on the Pro models, but now Apple listened and finally start 128, which is a good thing. But I bought 256 because I know I'm gonna use it for video, which also are coming in iPadOS 14.3. I'll also upload in the next video soon, so stay tuned on about it. And that's about my review of this iPhone 12 Pro Max. Wow, that's a very long video. I never did a very long video before, and yeah, it take a very long time. So, and also it's like and also subscribe to my channel will be awesome, and you also turn on notification bell so you know when you didn't miss a single video. So like my video. And of course, if you shout out people to share my YouTube channel around so they can subscribe to my channel and watch my videos, and I'm gonna achieve it and I can monetize my video. I achieved 1K but I haven't achieved the views, so be sure to subscribe to my channel, so watch my other videos. And I also do a lot of iOS videos as well, and subscribe to my channel. Again, sorry about it, and I'll see you in the next video. I think it's like few minutes later when I upload the iPad OS.